In a quiet village located at the foot of a misty hill, whispers of dread filled the air. The village of Abila had always been a place of harmony and laughter, where the river sang in the mornings and the children ran freely under the shade of ancient trees. But now, fear gripped every heart. It started with the cattle. One by one, the strongest animals began to wither and die. Then the crops, lush and green, just weeks before turning yellow overnight. The villagers blamed the spirits of the hill. The elders whispered stories of how their ancestors had hungered the spirits long ago, but no one thought they would return for vengeance. The tipping point came when young Achan, a girl with a radiant smile that brightened even the gloomiest days, fell mysteriously ill. Her vibrant laughter was replaced by cries of pain, and her mother, Nyero, wept day and night. The herbalist tried everything, but nothing worked. The spirits, they whispered, have come to claim her. Meetings were held under the great baobab tree, where the elders debated what to do. Some suggested sacrifices, others pleaded for rituals to appease the spirits. But one voice cut through the despair. It was Okelo, the village blacksmith. "We cannot keep living in fear," he declared, his voice blooming with conviction. "We have survived drought, war, and hunger. How can we now bow to unseen spirits? If it is the spirit who want our land, we must fight for it." The villagers gasped. Fight the spirit? It was unheard of. But Okelo's words lit a spark of courage in the hearts of many. "I will fight with you," said Nyero, desperation gleaming in her tears-streaked eyes. "I will too," added Omara, the village hunter, gripping his spear. One by one, hands were raised. Men and women, young and old, decided that they would no longer cower. The preparations began. The blacksmith forged weapons, machetes, spears, and seals, while the women prepared charms and protective herbs. The children, though frightened, sang songs of courage to keep the spirits high. On the night of the full moon, the villagers gathered at the foot of the hill. The air was thick with tension, the sounds of night amplified by their collective fear. As they climbed, the wind howled as if warning them to turn back, but they pressed on, their torches lighting the way. At the top, they found a shrine, an ancient altar covered in moss and vine. It was here the elders believed that the spirit dwelled. They began chanting prayers, demanding the spirits show themselves. The wind grew fiercer, and suddenly the torches flickered out. A deafening silence fell over the hill. Then a deep, guttural voice echoed through the darkness. "Why do you disturb us?" It boomed. The villagers froze, fear gripping their hearts, but Okelo stepped forward. "We are not here to disturb you," he said, his voice steady. "We are here to reclaim our lives. If you are the spirits who have cast us, we demand you leave our land." A sinister laughter filled the air. "You dare challenge us, mortals who have forgotten the old ways." Okelo raised his spear. "We have not forgotten, but we refuse to live in fear any longer. If you have power, use it, but we will not bow." Suddenly the wind ceased. The moonlight broke through the clouds, illuminating the altar. What they saw shocked them. There behind the altar was a man, a frail old man with a crooked back and sunken eyes. He was surrounded by strange artifacts and herbs. The spirits are no more than a trickster," Okelo exclaimed. The villagers sagged forward, hunger replacing their fear. The man confessed under their threats. For years he had used fear and deception to control the village, benefiting from their sacrifices. The curses were his doing: poison in the river, herbs to sicken the cattle, and crops deliberately ruined. The truth ignited a wave of relief and rage. They dismantled the shrine, destroying the artifacts and banishing the man. As they descended the hill, the first rays of dawn painted the sky with hope. From that day on, Abila thrived. The crops grew again, the cattle grazed healthily, and young Achan regained her strength. The village learned an important lesson. Fear is the strongest weapon of all, and courage is the only way to defeat it. Your turn now, as you've heard the story. Has your village or community ever faced a challenge where fear was an enemy? Share your story in the comment and let's inspire one another to face fear with courage. Thank you for watching.